So if this is established, this is the production mix. The next thing is the profit statement. Right? Don't forget that the question says we should do in the profit in units as well as what in total. Right? We should do the profit in units as well as in total. So let's just calculate the total, then we can do in units. So for profit statements, right? So don't forget that we will not produce product Z. Product Z will not be available because we are not producing anything. They don't have the capacity, right? Product X and product what? Y. So now we use sales since we want to determine profit in value. Sales. Your sales will be the selling price, right? Selling price times what, class? If I want to get sales, selling price times what?
Total units.
Unit produced.
Thank you. The unit produced, right? Is this unit 28,000 units and 12,000 units? Don't go and use that sales, right? I have to say it so that you get, right? So now we can multiply. What is the selling price? Let's check for the selling price. 560 and 310, right? 560 times, can do this workings outside, right? 28,000 units. So what do we have? What is the sales? What is the sales, class? Quickly. Are we still together? Away. Figure.
1,560,000. 15,060,000.
Okay. 15 million.
680,000.
680,000. Next. So we still, what is the selling price? Okay, the selling price of this is 310, I guess. 310. Right. So
But
we can decide.
sorry, sir. The
Okay.
what we should have used should be Y and X, not X and Y.
Okay, is Y and X. Okay, thank you. Oh, thank you. Y and X, because that is what we want to produce. You can see. Thank you so much. So what is the selling price for Y? What is the selling price for Y? The selling price for Y is, okay, let's use, no. Let's start from X. Let's arrange it. We know that is X and Y. Let's say X and Y. Let's arrange it, right? The only way you want to rank, you can do that one. Right? X and Y. So X is 560, then Y is 310. Okay, that's fine.
So the
So Y,
sales will change. It will be 12,800, not 28,000 for X.
okay. Thank you. Thank you. You are following. Thank you. Right? So this
Yeah,
will be,
that will give
okay,
us
this
7,168,000.
7,000,000
168,000.
168,000. Okay. Next, times 28,000 units.
That will give us 8,680,000.
Okay. $8,000,000.
680,000.
I'm coming. Sorry. 8,680,000. Okay. After that, you have your variable costs, right? You can actually add the variable cost together. You multiply it by the unit. What should we do? We need to work smart, right? We need to do what? We need to work smart. Now let's do something. We need to do what? We need to work smart. So variable costs per unit. Let's total it x for the one of x, the one of y. Class, we need to do what? We need to work smart, right? So direct material is variable cost, right? The variable cost for this direct labor, which includes grade 1 and grade 2. Class, are we still together? Now, grade 1 and what? Grade 2. Now, direct material. What is the unit for direct material? Let's quickly check. We can copy all this. X, Y, Z, right? We can copy to spoil my work. Okay, please screenshot this quickly. 230, 12 for material. 230. Is it 230, Abi 330? What is the material?
230.
230 what? Y is
And
what?
Y is 12.
12. Thank you. So, grade 1. What is the cost? Variable cost. What is the cost? What is the cost of grade
75
1?
naira. 75 naira.
Okay, are you the only one in this class? Others are sleeping. 75 naira per unit. Next.
Yeah,
Okay,
here,
okay.
sir.
Okay. That's fine. Okay, Y is what?
55 naira per unit.
55 naira per unit. Next. Grade 2.
15 naira per unit.
15 naira per unit. Next.
45 naira per unit.
45 naira. Good. So what is the total variable cost per unit? Total, we need to work smart. So that's why I need to come this part, right? Variable cost per unit. Okay. So add everything together.
For X, you have 320.
320. What do you have here?
112.
You have 112.
No,
Thank you.
112.
Okay, 112. Okay, 112. Thank you. Okay, so we need to work smart. So that's why we need to just do this one outside. So I will not be doing. So we'll bring in the total variable cost per unit. We just bring in the variable cost per unit. Variable variable costs, right? We say total variable cost. Let's say total. This total variable costs. So for X is 320 times the units produced 12,800 units. What do we have? What do we have? Figure.
We have 4,096,000 naira.
4 million
96,000. 096,000.
Okay, 096,000. So next is 122. You can see the way we work smart, right? We work smart instead of doing it one after the other. Is in units. Just add and you move on. 28,000 units. So what do you have here?
You have 3,136,000.
3 million
136,000.
136,000. I know some students. Okay, let me just leave that. Maybe after this class. Okay. So if this is established, total variable costs, you have your contribution. So what is the contribution? Minus it. Let me put it here.
For X, we have
less. Okay, I'm with you.
for X we have 3 million
Okay,
07.
I'm coming. Contribution. What do you have? 3 what?
3 million
3 million
072,000.
072,000. Next. What is the variable cost? Contribution.
That's 5,544,000.
5,000,000
544,000.
544,000. Thank you. So after that, we have fixed costs in the question. Please don't forget that your total fixed cost. Let me take you back to cost estimation. All right. Don't forget that your total fixed cost is what? Your total fixed cost is fixed, right? Your total fixed cost is what? Is fixed costs. Why? The fixed cost per unit varies. The fixed cost per unit varies. Let's quickly go back to the question. You can see why I said your fixed production overhead. Your fixed production overhead is a fixed cost per unit. You can see 150 naira per unit, class. 75 naira per unit and 120 naira per unit. You can see that the fixed cost varies. The fixed cost per unit varies. Right? So for you to get the total fixed cost for X and Y, you need to multiply it by the unit, class. Understand this. 150 naira per unit. Per unit. It will goes with units. If they say 5 naira per hour, it will goes with hour. Oh, 5 kg, 5 naira per kg. It will goes with what? Kg. Right? So we are using what? 150 and 75 because we are not producing what? Z. 150. So 150 times what is the unit?
12,800.
12,800. But is this correct? You that you give me a figure of 12,800. Is this correct? Class.
12,800 units.
Okay, why do you think it is 12,800? Why do we have to use 12,800? Why? What of we're supposed to use what of the initial?
No, because we've revised the units in which S can produce. So, and that's the allocated unit for X.
So the allocated unit for S 12,800 times what do you have? You have 1 point what?
That's
1.9.
1.9.
Okay, I disagree with you. I do what? I disagree with you. Can anyone try? Why do we have to use 12,800? I just explained something now. Hello, Taufik.
Hello, sir. The reason
Okay.
why we have to use 12,800 is because our fixed cost is calculated per unit. So if the fixed cost is not calculated per unit, we will have to use our total fixed cost without even comparing the unit we are using. We are allocated to produce for this product X. So because the
Okay,
fixed cost is calculated per unit, that's why we can use 12,800.
I disagree with you. Class, fixed cost does not change based on production. Okay, Celestina, do you want to try? Okay, fixed cost does not change according to the unit produced. Fixed costs remain unchanged. It is not based on your production. It is based on the original production budgeted, given to you, class. Your fixed cost does not change based on your unit produced. It is based on the budgeted production, not based on the unit. You produce 28,000 units. It means that if I want to produce 30,000 units, my fixed cost will change. And it's not in line with the definition of a fixed cost. Fixed cost does not change according to the unit produced. Whether you produce, you don't produce, you incur the cost. So you don't attach fixed cost to the unit produced, but you do what? You attach it to the what? The budgeted. Class, am I communicating?
Yes, sir.
Now, so therefore, we go back to the question and check where
16,000.
is our budget. Thank you. Now, let me show you. You can see that you see 16,000 units, right? 16,000 units and 28,000 units, class. 16,000 units and 28,000 units, right? So we go back. We can quickly go back. 16,000 units. What do we have?
We have 2.4 million.
2.4 million. 2,400,000. Next. What is the next cost per unit?
That's,
What is the next?
that's
What is
75
the
naira per unit.
okay, 75 naira per unit. 75 naira. So you can see all these things, you need to understand them, right? And that is what we are doing at Next Gen Professional Association. If you pay attention to my explanation, you don't need any textbook again. You don't need anything. Just watch the video again and try to pull down some things that, oh, this is how it works, right? You don't need any textbook. You don't need anything, right? Now, what do you have here?
2.1 million.
2.4 million.
8,000 units, not 26,000 units.
What do you have?
It's 28,000, not
Thank
26.
you. Thank you.
That's
So, class,
2.1.
so what is the profits? What is the profits? What is the profit?
So for X, we have 672,000 naira.
672,000
72,000 naira.
naira. Okay.
That's not correct though. You're writing 6 million.
Which one?
Hello.
It's not 6 million, 672,000 naira.
Hey, 600 and wait. 672,000 naira. Thank you. Hey, that is overcast. Is that not so?
Error of commission.
Ah, it's not
Interesting.
commission.
is compensating error. Abi? Okay. Oh.
Devastated.
Yeah.
So this why
Okay,
is 3,444,000 naira.
I'm coming. Okay. Is what? Sorry. What is the
Three
profit?
million 444,000 naira.
3,440,444.
444, yeah,
Okay.
thousand. Yep.
Okay. You can see this is the profit. We've answered the question, right? You can see that limiting factor is very simple. What are the things you need to know in limiting factor? Check the constraints. Is it on material? Is it on labor? Check. After that, you determine your contribution per limiting factor, right? When you determine your contribution per limiting factor, don't forget, when you want to divide it, you divide it by the constraints. By the what? By the constraints. That's why they say contribution per limiting factor, right? After that, what do you have? You need to rank. When you rank, you do your production mix. Class. Sometimes you may have you may have special order or guaranteed. Guaranteed means that before you will even allocate to Y first. See, even when you do your ranking, class, even when you do your ranking and they say, oh, there is a minimum guarantee. Minimum guarantee means that you must give this particular customer first before any other product. You must produce this product first, this unit first, before any other unit. You must produce it. By that, you just write special order. You first of all remove it from your unit or from your hours or from your kg first. Then before you now start allocating, because there is a special order, or if there is a what minimum what guarantee, right? Now, this question will take us to the minimum guaranteed, right? Should we set question for ourselves? What says the time, please? What says the time? Oh, 10:02. Wow, 10:02. Okay. I wanted to add shadow price to it. Probably in our next class, I will add shadow price to this question. To this minimum guaranteed. I will add shadow price. I have to add shadow price. Let me add shadow price to it. These workings. Class, if you have question, unmute your mic. If you have question, unmute your mic. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, boss. Well done. Good evening.
You well done. Good evening. I know it's Ibrahim. You well done.
Okay, so how do you got the 15,000